Hi guys, in today's video we are going to build a page together on Webflow. A couple of weeks ago we posted a few videos showing you some tools and techniques that we use to build a website on Webflow, and some of you asked if we could show you some real examples. So that's what we're going to do. And to do that we are going to build this page that Alex designed, and it's based on hardware which is kind of surprising. Apparently Xbox started selling some clothes, so yeah, that's weird, but you know, whatever. And yeah, so I think that we will start by building the page. We are going to use and implement Fluid Responsive on the website, and we are also going to use the column system that we showed you guys in one of our last video. And after that we will probably add some smooth scroll and some cheese app animation. So yeah, it's going to be fun, I hope, and yeah, let's go. So the first thing I want to do is to import all of my fonts and assets in Webflow. So let's go. I have a new project right here. So this is the style guide we use at Tambien. I'm going to give a link so that you can clone it and use it for your own project. And yeah, let's import everything. So let's start with the fonts. By the way, I can delete this one. And I have my assets right here. Alright, let's go back to the designer. And I think we will cut this in several videos because it's going to be too long. I actually tried to... the name of these assets is really not perfect, but since it's for an example, it doesn't really matter. But I would rename these assets for a real project, I think. Even though I think that Webflow is renaming all of the assets once once the CT is published. But yeah. And yeah, as I was saying, I think we will cut this in several videos because it's going to be too long if we don't. Okay, so I have my fonts and images, so let's create the style guide. So it's going to be quite simple. If I take a look at the page, it looks like I have an H1 right here, an H2, some text, some large text, some links, and it looks like that's it. The problem with that, actually, that hardware, is that it's taking exactly 100% of the width. So it's going to be really hard to make that working using some fonts. And I think I'm going to have to use an SVG. I'm going to have to use an SVG for that, which is not perfect, but from a design perspective and an experience overall, I think it's going to be better. For an SEO, from an SEO point of view, this should be my H1, I think. But in my case, I think that this is going to be my H1. So not perfect, but sometimes we have to do some compromise. We have to compromise between practices and design, and that's what we try to do. So let's go. So the first thing I want to do is to change my color. So let's select the body. It's a pure black. So let's change that. All right, let's change the white as well, so I can Let's do something. Let's delete this. Okay. And yeah, I'm going to change the fonts to Swiss. Yeah, right there. Okay. And so, like I said, this is going to be my H1. So let's go. So I'm using REM as a unit of measure, and it's something I talk in a video I'm gonna put in the description, and it's basically so we can set up a fluid responsive website. So in my example, my font is 18 pixels. So if I want to convert 18 pixels to REM, I need to divide it by 16, because by default, 1 REM is equal to 16 pixels. So this is my H1, it's not capitalized. Okay. So this is going to be my H2, 143 pixels. And it's actually editorial new. I really like this font. I think it has a kind of an old school vibe, or I don't really know how to explain, but I really like this font. So this is my heading, and yeah, we don't have any H3. Yeah, I don't think we have. So let's delete. No H3, no H4. Let's search. I can delete. Okay, so my paragraph is 18 pixels as well. 18. Oh, by the way, I did not change the line height. So let's do that right now. So it's 138. I think 1.1 will do. Yeah, we'll see that during the design, when we build the homepage. So let's change the text. 18 pixels. All right. Then I have a special class. It's p -large, and I think that we're going to use this class for this text, which is 68 pixels. So 68 divided by 16. All right. And maybe I could do something like that. Up. Just to make everything a bit more nice, like that. And I'm going to change it to, yeah, that. Okay, so let's change the line height. I think 1.2 is enough. And we can see that Alex changed the character spacing, so I need to do it as well. It's kind of hard to do that on Webflow, I feel like, because let's say I use REM, the values are not easy to work with. So maybe that's too much. Yeah, this is going to be fine. Okay, so I don't need any order or another list, no rich text. I explain in one of the video, in the style guide video, why I have some section with a combo class of section white, but I'm not gonna use it here. So I have some black. Let's change this one to the blue. Oh. Blue. And yeah, I think we're good. Should I delete that? Let's delete it. And yeah, let's use the blue. I don't need that one. And maybe I can just do something like that. All right. Then elements. So I don't have any buttons, but I have some links. So links right here. The size is already the good one because it's 18 pixels. I don't have any form, so I can delete that. And then the grid system. So I can set up my grid, and it's going to be quite easy from now. So the first thing I want to set up is my left and right padding. So it's 23 pixels. So I can select my container, and it's on the container element that I set up my left and right padding. So I can do 23 divided by 16, and it's REM. Let's say 1.4. All right. Then I want to set up the space between the columns, so the gutter width. It's 34 pixels. And so what I can do, I can select the code element right there, or I can do it here, but it's easier that way. So it's 34 divided by 16, and I need to divide it by 2, because as I explained in the column system video that I'm gonna link in the description, we use left and right padding, so I need to divide that value by 2. And it's 106, sorry, divided by 2, 106. I don't know if I should do 1.1. Let's keep 106. And now what I need to do is to add some negative margin on my row element to keep my alignment perfect. So minus and minus 1.06. And now we can see that the alignment is good. Yeah, really good example actually. So yeah, I think we're done. So these are classes that I don't need to change. I'm not going to use the spacing classes. I'll keep the overflow just in case. And yeah, since I'm not using the section white combo class, I can delete that. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good. Let's invert that. Yeah. And yeah, we are good for the style guide. I'm going to let's change the logo that I don't have. By the way, that was a mistake. Let's change the logo, and yeah, we're good. Yeah, and I'll set up the tablet version and mobile version during the responsive video. I think we are good to go. And yeah, what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna cut the video now, and because it's already been 15 minutes, and I'll make another video for the fluid responsive. And yeah, I hope you like it, and yeah, see you in the next video.